NBA season is almost over. Some teams are already in the playoff hunt. Some of them already clinched a spot, and some haven't. As we start off this video with a Bam Adebayo poster. He's been posterizing a lot of people in this MyCareer mode. It's crazy. I have a lot of them, and I feel like I need to compile all of them as the season winds over. Well, that's besides the point. This video, however, will be about rebuilding teams as a whole. I already have a video on specific teams like the Chicago Bulls and most recently the Detroit Pistons. I was actually supposed to upload one for the Indiana Pacers, but unfortunately, when I lost some of the files that I had, it was among the videos that got lost, so I couldn't upload them. But they will get special mention in a future video, which will be focusing on the play-in race, as some teams are still trying to avoid the play-in tournament. They want to get top 6 seed, as it will gain them extra rest before the playoffs start. But right now, I'm going to focus more on the rebuilding teams, as two of the games that I'm going to show are rebuilding right now. Both of them are already eliminated from playoff contention. And the team that is being shown right now, I'm playing against the Portland Trail Blazers. It's the first full rebuilding year in the post-Damian Lillard era for them, as they traded him to the Milwaukee Bucks in the offseason, which shocked a lot of people, as his preferred destination was the Miami Heat. In the fit with Giannis Antetokounmpo, some people in the offseason were outright praising it, as Giannis would be the perfect vertical spacer for Damian Lillard to play with, as the only other vertical spacers that he played with so far were LaMarcus Aldridge, JJ Hickson, and Robin Lopez. Those are only 3 of them. But Giannis is the outright the best one that he's ever played with so far. And it also came with some questions like, how well are they going to play alongside each other, as their records with and without each other are, let's say, strange to say the least. Some people claim that Dame is better without Giannis, and Giannis is better without Dame, because they say they're holding each other back instead of making them reach their full potential together. With that said, the Blazers have a lot of promising talent. They have Anthony Simons, who has a lot of potential as a number 1 creator. He can run the pick and roll well, and he can shoot the 3 almost as far away as Damian Lillard can. And they just drafted Scoot Henderson, who was very hyped coming out of the G League Ignite. But right now, there are signs that he hasn't been as promising as we all thought, but lately he has been putting it together. And they also have Shaedon Sharpe, who unfortunately is out for the season with a foot injury. He had season-ending foot surgery before the All-Star weekend, so he wasn't able to participate in the Rookie Showcase, the Rising Stars Challenge. So this is it was a lost year, but they'll figure it out. I know Chauncey Billups has them playing as hard as they can. Even DeAndre Ayton, who was off to a slow start earlier this year to the point where people were saying Robert Williams was outright better, well, at least before he went down with another major knee injury, which has been a problem for him during his days as a Boston Celtic. But even lately, DeAndre Ayton has been making a comeback of some sorts, even though most of them have been meaningless games since the Blazers are eliminated in the playoff race anyway. But it also makes it sad that he and the Phoenix Suns could not work it out because he was their center for the future. Unfortunately, he had a lot of problems with the head coach for the Suns before Frank Vogel got hired by them, and it even extended to Devin Booker and Kevin Durant as well. So it was all for nothing. And as you can see in this clip, we've been getting a lot more of those jump shot calls, jump shot fouls, and it feels like 2K finally addressed the issue with those jump shot fouls, because in past 2Ks they never call for it. And going back though, outside of the Portland Trail Blazers, we don't exactly know how successful their rebuild is going to be until like a few years later. Memphis right now is also going through a soft rebuild season as they have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with, most especially with Ja Morant and Marcus Smart. Ja Morant went out for the season after he had a great debut after coming off a suspension, and Marcus Smart has not been able to suit up for them a lot, but in return they were able to see a lot of potential in some of their other young players like Gigi Jackson. I've been enjoying Gigi Jackson a lot, and to me he can be a very good replacement for Dylan Brooks going forward. And they also have Vince Williams, who I would say could be a more successful Zaire Williams, as honestly Zaire Williams hasn't been working out a lot for Memphis, but he can still find a role in an NBA team. I just don't think he'll be in Memphis. And Brandon Clark recently has just returned from a torn Achilles injury, which resulted in him missing the entire first round of the playoffs. He could have been a bigger X factor for the Lakers series, as Tillman needed help with like a big position. Next game we're playing against the Wizards, and they're also eliminated from the playoffs as well. They have almost the same record as the Pistons right now. They're currently the second worst team in the East right now, as well as the entire NBA, as even they have been just as unserious as the Pistons this year. And Jordan Poole has had a very up and down year. After being traded from the Warriors, he's been trying to put his name back in the positive track, especially after what happened with Draymond Green, when he was the one that punched Jordan Poole, and that just made Draymond Green a bad influence to almost everyone. Like, why would you punch someone you're supposed to be a veteran mentor to? Like, seriously. 9-year age differential. Draymond Green is 9 years older than Jordan Poole is. Imagine a 32-year-old punching a 23-year-old. And this is why the Warriors should have suspended Draymond Green at the start of the season last year, as it sends a bad message to every franchise that's trying to handle their team. Like, if you have a moral problem with one of their players, you have to discipline them at least. You should not be enabling them to do what Draymond Green just did, because it's been affecting the Warriors almost a lot. Even though they won 4 championships, it's come at that kind of cost. And just earlier this year, Draymond Green, another undisciplined play and a flagrant foul, he got suspended for several more games. And even after he claimed that he went to a therapist, he did it again against the Magic. 4 minutes into the game, he argues with the refs, he gets a technical foul, 2 technical fouls, and he gets suspended, and it frustrated the entire team. It frustrated the entire Warriors team, especially Steph Curry. And Steph Curry has been carrying the Warriors for the past couple of games. And it'd be a lot worse if it's a rebuilding team. When that rebuilding team hasn't made any progress in their rebuild, they're not improving their games, and it resulted in worse records year by year, and it leads to team chemistry going all-time low. And when we thought that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole's relationship will be fixed, it never did. So that's the message that you should not be sending, especially when you're far away from contention. You're years away. However many years you can take to go back to the top. And speaking of which, the Houston Rockets, they were on the verge of being eliminated in the playoffs earlier this year, but lately they've been streaking. They had a 10-game winning streak, which got recently snapped by the Dallas Mavericks, and they're also among the rebuilding teams that have made slow progress, but they've been improving their games, helped by the fact that Ime Udoka is a great coach, and he wants to coach his players, and they listen to him a lot. You need good coaches like him, even though they haven't had a pedigree in the championship category. But the other two coaches I can say are potential great development coaches, Greg Popovich and Eric Spoelstra. They have championship pedigrees, but they can also have good development coaching styles. Right now, even though the Spurs are not winning many games, you can tell they have a set system. Greg Popovich encourages ball movement, and the players seem to be buying in. But sometimes the minutes restrictions would frustrate a lot of fans, as they're the youngest team in the NBA right now. Victor Wembanyama is going to be a part of the future of the league, and he's going to be affecting the future of big men as a whole, because he has guard skills. He can move off the ball laterally, especially on offense, and he has the length to disrupt everything. He's a 7'4" shooter, and if you can have an inside-out game for someone who is 7 feet, it's going to be a lot of trouble. And here's another foul that gets called on a jump shot. I'm so glad 2K fixed that. And in this game, we were trying to get Tyler Hero going a lot. And the next few clips, it's all Tyler Hero. He scored 41 points in this game. You'll hear it near the end of this video how many points the announcers say. But we were just running every play for him. Right there, pick and roll it, Bam. Bam's a great screener. Look at that. He gets Tyler Hero wide open for the floater. That's his 39th point. And this is the final clip of this video. Watch Hero go all the way to the basket for point number 41. And that was it for this game. So the rebuilding teams, some of them have promise, some of them are far behind. But in a couple of years, we'll see how they'll progress. Oh, look at Bam! Look at that poster! Wow, that is such a great play, great executed play. And Bam Adebayo just did a putback, no, alley-oop poster again.